Hello, welcome back to Lollipop Land, Saturday, 23rd of May 2026. It's a bank holiday weekend and it's actually not bad weather. Don't think it's going to be as hot as yesterday. I think it says 19 degrees. But earlier it said it will be 17 degrees, but it'll feel like 25. Why is that? So you go out and you're like baking hot, and they say, well, actually, it's 8 degrees. It just feels like 30. Who makes all that shit up? Anyway, Anna Strong, no messages on the line today. No passing light aircraft either. Yes, code messages. Because I'm a person of interest to the intelligence. Well, not the friendly intelligence, the foreign intelligence. Because I've got friendly intelligence friends who are friendly and in intelligence. There's Steph OOT and Hannah, codename M. And they drive an Aston Martin with, since I mentioned it, 2 ejector seats. They don't carry anybody in the back for health and safety. Because if it suddenly caught fire or whatever, well, they'd be toast, wouldn't they? Right, so who's on the register today? Well, my old friend Grazer Ashurst, who it's all like joined up his name and it says Graha Mashurst. Anyway, yeah. Me and Grazer, when I worked at the army camp, we had this boss, we'll call him Dave, because that was what his name is, of our section. And he wasn't very good. And he just started, and he wanted to have a Christmas do for the section. But nobody in the section wanted to go to a Christmas do hosted by him. Anyway, one day I've done my work and I went home early, which was like a criminal offence back then. Went to the pub. When I was in the pub, there was this little Laurie, we'll call him Laurie because that's his name, looking at me from the other end of the bar. And he says, Mackie fucking Thomas, Jeffrey, because that was his name, wants a word with you. He was Scottish, by the way, not sort of whatever accent that was. Anyway, I wasn't supposed to finish till 4:15, and it was 3:30, and I was in the pub with a pint. Anyway, so I had to go and talk to Jeff because that's what his name was. And I just said, well, I've done all my work. I've had a fantastic day, Jeff. I said, I've had 3 people on test or something or other. They've all passed with no, driving tests with no minor marks, clear sheets all the way through. Done such a fantastic day, so I thought I'd go home. Except I went to the pub. So he says, well, I've seen you now, and I can't just let it go. So I'm going to have to report you to your line manager, Dave, because that's what his name is. And the fact that those 2 were there, Jeffrey and Laurie, Jeffrey being the manager of managers and Laurie being a manager of a section, they shouldn't have been in the pub either. But I got reported to Dave, because that's what his name is. Anyway, I was going to get done for it. I needed an excuse. And my mate Grazer, he says, tell you what, why not say that you were arranging the Christmas do? Genius. I went back to the pub. I got a menu, and Christmas, because it was near Christmas and that Christmas fair and that. Got a menu, brought that back with me, and I became entertainments manager of the section, and Grazer was 2IC of the entertainments managerial thing. So when it was like me dressing down, you get like an interview. Civil service, they all think they're in, I don't know, the military or something, I don't know. But so we got summoned in at a certain time. And Dave, because that's what his name was, he says, right, been brought to my attention that you went home early the other day. Piece of paper written down what day it was, what time it was, and you were seen in the Molescroft, because that's the name of the pub, great pub, at like 3:30. You're not supposed to leave work till 4:15. I said, Dave, there was a reason for this. And there's me sitting there and Grazer, and we had badges. I had a badge saying entertainment manager. Grazer had a little badge. Grazer made these badges. 2IC entertainment manager. And I says to him, Dave, because that is your name, isn't it, Dave? I said, what I was doing there, I was organising D section, because it was all like alphabet city. D section, Delta section, it was our little section. I was organising the D section Christmas do. And I produced this menu. I says, there you are. This is what was gone up there to get. So I can, and I says, and I've negotiated, and we're getting like 30% discount on these meals if there's 10 or more people turn up. I think there was only 10 people in the section anyway, but it was all made up anyway. But Dave, whose name it was, suddenly went emotional, because he knew that nobody wanted a Christmas do, because nobody liked him. And he says, what, really? I says, yes, Dave. I was really, that's why I was there. And I couldn't ask you if I could go early, because that would have given the game away. We wanted to be a surprise for you, Dave, as our new manager. That's why I couldn't ask permission or whatever. I had to go undercover up there. And he's like getting a bit tearful. And he says, oh, so we're having a Christmas do then? And we are we? And I actually, no, Dave, not anymore. Took my badge off, threw it on the floor, got the menu, tore it up, threw it on the floor. I said, I've tried my best as entertainment manager to get you the Christmas do. And what happens? I get reported by Jeff, because that's what his name is, and Laurie, who shouldn't have been there himself either. That's what his name was, Laurie. And now I'm in trouble for it. I said, I've had enough, Dave. I'm on the edge. I'm not going to be entertainment manager anymore. And Grazer says, and neither am I. Threw his badge on the floor. Said, you'll have to get somebody else to organise it. We're not doing it. Thank you. Right. And we're going now. And we'll stay till 4:15. I think it was only in the morning when we got this court case. We should have worn suits, really, because it was like an military training base. So we had Army, Air Force and Navy people there. Every now and again, it was usually the Army. Well, in fact, it was always the Army. one would turn up with a suit on, and like it was like, oh, you got a court case, have you? And they had, because they used to go into Beverley, which was the nearest town, get drunk, kick off, get arrested. But yeah, we should have had suits on, because it was like a kangaroo court sort of thing. Anyway, so that's Grazer. Hello, Grazer, and thanks for finding me in Lollipop Land. And then I got another message from Lisa Lou when I was stuck in bed for all those weeks. Lisa Lou, maybe my best carer. She had such a gentle touch. Couple of them, a little bit heavy-handed. And even though I could roll over on my side myself, they used to insist on grabbing you and hauling you over. For there's a fly in the room. I might have to go any second and do this fly. How do I pause this video? I didn't pause the video because I don't think it's gone. I'll have wasted all the... Seems to have stopped. The buzzing of the fly. Yeah, Lisa Lou, fabulous young lady. Real gentle touch, real lovely to see her. Lisa Lou. And then Sarah T, who's one of my Lollipop followers, says happy bank holiday. And happy bank holiday to you too, Sarah T, and Lisa Lou, and Grazer, and everybody else. Right, so what I'm going to do today, I'm going to try and do using kazoo. I don't know if this is going to work or not. It's Paint It Black, and it's written by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones, of course. Right, here we go. Oops, wrong way around. Got the wrong song. No, not the music, kazoo. I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colours anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls walk by dressed in the summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. Do 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 do. I see a line of cars and they are painted black, and with the flowers, my love, never to come back. I see the people turn their heads and look away. Like newborn baby, this happens every day. I look inside myself and see my heart is black. I see my red door and it's headed into black. Maybe I'll fade away and not have to face a day. It's not easy facing up when your whole world is black. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. No more will my green sea go and turn a deeper blue. I could not foresee this thing happening to you. 2, 3, 4. If I look hard enough into the setting sun, my love will laugh with me, for the morning comes. let's see if I can. Where's me? Let's see if I can do it. Wrong way around. We got there in the end, didn't we? Marvellous, marvellous. That's enough of that. Right, so yesterday, did I get outside? I did. And it was 27 degrees. It was. It was hot. I did an hour or so. I didn't go out till late-ish. But it was getting hotter as the day went on, according to the forecasting people who just make it up anyway. But it was very nice. It was nice and warm. Got a bit of sun on my skin. First time for a long time. Am I going out today? I don't know. I'm struggling to transfer from this chair onto my electric chair. This chair is now a bit higher than it used to be. But I'm still finding problems getting onto the electric chair. And you've got a gap like that. Because you've got like the edge of the chair, then the wheel of the wheelchair, and then you've got the electric chair, which is all built in, so there's no jutting out. But that's where my cushion ends. That's the wheel that I've got to get over, and that's where the seat of the electric chair is. And the electric chair is like moulded to keep you in the chair sort of thing, so it makes it even higher. But it's going over that gap, and it's like worrying going over the gap, because if I slip down the gap, the manual chair that I'm sitting in now will probably go sideways, or, well, yeah, maybe not tip over, just slide over, even though the brakes are on. It will slide over sideways. I'll get trapped in the gap in the middle. Then I've got to use this, which is my lifeline, and get the fire brigade out or whatever. They're all right, the fire brigade, actually. And once when I had a fall, ambulance came out. And it was around Christmas. I've told this tale a few times before, but never know, there might be new listeners. It was around Christmas time. In this house, I do have a good stock of wine, because I like my wine. And there'll be a bottle of whiskey, and a few cans of Abbott Ale, and some cider bottles. And it was near Christmas time. And I was pretty well stocked up, just in case I got visitors. And anyway, I'd had the fall, and this ambulance woman was looking round. She says, "Are you a registered alcoholic?" I says, "What? I says, "Is there such a thing as a register for alcoholics?" So she just looked at me. I says, "Because if there is, I want to be on it. I haven't done this drinking all this time not to be on this register. Book me. Straight away, get me the paperwork, I'll get on that register." Turns out there is no such thing. You can be called alcohol dependent. That's the new word or phrase for somebody that likes a drink a day, apart from tea. If you like having a beer every day or a wine every day or whatever, you're alcohol dependent. And it's like, I don't know, it's new phrases for old things. Schizophrenia, that's now bipolar. And then you can get away with things because you blame it on being bipolar. It wasn't me saying that, it was like me other me that's invaded my brain, saying stuff. So you can't do me, you have to do the other me, but you can't get access to the other me because it's inside me. But it wasn't me. So I was thinking, if I was a registered alcoholic, I could do anything I wanted. I'd go and rob a bank. And then I'd get caught, obviously. And then I'd say, you can't do me. It's me alcoholic register thing that's in the back of my head telling me to do it. And, and I'm weak. And so I did it. And I'm so sorry, but you need to get me registered, me registered person. Have a word with them. But now it's dependent. Wonder if you get away with it if you're dependent. If you robbed an off licence, just say, I'm having a bad day, I ain't got any money, but I'm dependent on alcohol. And me registered brain tells me I've got to go in an off licence and rob it. I don't know. It's all bonkers, isn't it? Right, we've done 23 minutes near enough today. That's not bad enough. I don't know if I'm going to go outside or not. Depends if I feel able enough to get on this electric chair. Got the door open, as you can see behind me. There's lots of sunshine out there. Birds singing, which is brilliant to hear. Anna Strong's got no messages for the light aircraft that comes over daily. So obviously it's like a foreign secret service needs to person of interest. Yeah, so anyway, so I'm going to go now. Otherwise it's going to be like all day and it'd be so bored. So if you stuck it till the end, thank you so much. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for your likes. Thanks for your sharing. If you leave a comment, you'll be on the register tomorrow. And words and music, as always, below the videos on TikTok, which is user Lollipop Man, and on YouTube, which is wheelchair lollipop. No, it's wheelchair ukulele with Lollipop Man. There we are. Right, 23, nearly 24 minutes. I'm going. All right. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Love you. Bye.